Hey YouTube, Thunder here. Today I'm going to be talking about mobs. So, I'm going to start off by showing you what everyone looks like, what they all look like, and then I'm going to tell you about them as we go along. So the first mob I'm going to do is the creeper. Oh. So, the creeper, it may not look um it may not look like it could hurt you, but look what happens when we go into survival. Slash game mode 0 gets you to survival. They blow up and create a creeper crater. So I'm gonna go back and switch it back to creative. Then zombies are another hostile mob that burn in sunlight. They only come out at night and are really effective against you. Okay, on to the next one. This is a skeleton, and they also burn in daylight, but they're a little harder than the zombies and are deadly with their bow and arrow. Quick tip, when you run into one, never ever go into water, and otherwise they'll get more of speed than you. Here is a spider which don't harm you in the daytime. They come out at night but don't harm you in the daytime if you don't harm them. So we're gonna leave this alone for now and maybe come back later and switch it to survival. But they can be really hard to beat. They can climb up walls, and sometimes, but very rarely, they spawn with a skeleton on their back, and that creates a spider jockey, which is the most dangerous mob in the game. Next is the slime, which we've got plenty of already. So these guys come in big, medium, or small sizes. The smaller, the less health they have. But if you kill their big size, just beware, because out of that comes two little medium-sized slimes, and out of them comes two younger, tiny-sized slimes, or no, four of those. Then next we have a ghast, which is the ghost of Minecraft. It spawns up in the nether, and you can eat. They shoot fireballs at you, which can be deflected with a sword and left click. So then our next mob is zombie pigmen. These are part pig, part zombie, and if you have a huge group of them, and they won't attack you unless you attack them. But if you attack one, and let's say, I'm going to back up before I do this, but I'm going to switch it into survival mode. They're all going to try and attack you just because you hit that one. Die. Okay, I'm going to switch it back now so these guys don't kill me before this video ends. But then that's pretty much what they do. For this, I'm definitely gonna have to switch it to nighttime. So I'm gonna go up to this, and these guys are Endermen. they are really dangerous if you look them in the eye, where they become hostile. Otherwise, they're pretty neutral and they won't kill you. But unless you hit them or look them in the eyes. If you look them in the eyes with a pumpkin head on, they won't attack you. And a quick tip, they teleport away if you shoot a bow and arrow at them or any type of um projectile. So now I'm gonna switch it back to day. And our next mob is a cave spider. Kind of like the regular spider, but smaller. And these, if they attack you, they poison you and can only be found in underground places. So you won't find them unless you're digging underground. So now I'm going to switch to our next thing of mobs. So our next part, the first one we have is the silverfish. These are little creatures that are very, very annoying, and they can attack you. They spawn in lava, and they just are really, like I said before, annoying. So that's pretty much all they are. Blaze are also spawned in the nether, and like gas, they shoot fireballs at you, except these ones you can't deflect with your sword, so they're not as easy to beat. A magma cube is the same thing as a slime, except also spawned in the nether, and they do pretty much the same thing slimes do, except bounce like really high. The bat is a passive mob, and it won't do anything to harm you even if you hit it, so don't worry about those. Witch, one of the hardest, second hardest to me in the game. If you attack them, they throw potions at you that will kill you really, really fast. And then next we have Endermite, which is the same, almost the same thing as well, it's a cross kind of between an Enderman and a silverfish. They are also very dangerous, so you do not want to mess with them. Then the next thing we have is the Guardians. Hey. So Guardians are fish, and they spawn in underwater temples, and I've never really seen one outside of creative, but I've heard they can be very dangerous. A pig is another passive mob that runs away from you if you hit it, and can be tamed very easily if you just put a saddle on it and get a carrot on a stick. Then now we're moving to our last set of mobs. So here we go. We start off with a cow, which is kind of like a pig. It runs away from you if you kill it. This produces leather, which you can use for armor, and if you put a bucket up to it and left click, it gives you milk. Then we have chickens, which produce eggs and give you feathers, which can be used in bow and arrow, or the arrows. And the eggs you can throw them at stuff. Squids are, oh, that's draining the life out. That's pretty cool. But squids are just also passive, and they don't do much except give you ink. Let's see what this does to a swarm of them. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that's what they did. Then we have a wolf, which can be tamed with a bone and will become your pet. It will be loyal to you until it's dead, and it's awesome once it's tamed. So, but if it won't attack you unless you attack it. So our next one's the mushroom, which can be found in the mushroom biome, and they're pretty much like all the other cows and pigs and that, except these, when you hold a bucket up to it, gives you or a bowl up to it, gives you mushroom stew, and they produce mushrooms. An ocelot is really shy and runs away from you, but can be tamed if you trap it and give it a bunch of cooked fish and give it a lot of cooked fish, and it'll eventually become your pet. Cat. A horse, the last tameable thing we have, and the horse, you can ride it, and that's pretty much all it can do. Then we have the villager, which can be found in villages and doesn't do much, and it's pretty pathetic actually. It looks like Squidward. And last but not least, the rabbit is another passive mob that springs away from you if you hit it. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe.